Hey Sagittarius, it's Heather here with Magical Soul Tarot. I hope you guys are doing amazing on this Tuesday morning. This is going to be your general overall spread for September 2019. If you're cross-watching, welcome. You could definitely be resonating with the energy that's pulling through for the Sagittarius. To keep in mind, cards, gender fluid. I mean, roles can be reversed in this situation. And yeah, it's going to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter in Sagittarius. If you guys want a personal reading, my information is in the description box below, as is my Facebook, Instagram, and the podcast that I'm actually working on as well. So, all right, let's go ahead and hop right in. We have the Tower. Wow. Okay, Sagittarius. You guys coming in hot. I'm feeling epiphanies. I'm feeling realizations. Yeah, Ace of Swords too. You guys are getting some clarity in your life. This is some kind of divine clarity, divine truth coming in. Because Tower cards, Major Arcana, that Ace of Swords is literally Spirit, Universe, God handing you something that really brings you insight. I do feel like it's about your spiritual path. I feel like it's also about maybe connections that you have in your life, situations you found yourself in, maybe your career, like maybe you're getting insights into what it is you want to do, what you want to pour your heart into. Maybe, also some communication coming in possibly that you've been waiting on for a while that really shakes your foundation, shakes your core. Some kind of truth coming in that really forces you to look at things in a different perspective, a different light too. Let's see what else we can grab for you guys. Page of Wands, yeah, so something's coming in. Something's coming in, it's coming in hot. Page of Wands, King of Wands. So this could be you guys receiving, obviously it's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. You could be dealing with a fellow earth sign. I do feel like you guys are receiving some kind of communication or opportunities when it comes to passion. So if this is a relationship for you guys, if you've experienced some kind of shakeups in your personal life as far as connections go, and you've received some kind of like clarity or insights into a connection or situation with someone, you could very well be receiving insights as into not only your next step forward, but how to approach the situation. You could also be receiving opportunities when it comes to creative projects, creative endeavors. You could be getting more in tune with maybe a passion project or a business or a hobby. You fully embodying this King of Wands energy where you're taking charge, you're taking action, you're holding your life, you're pulling it back, you're taking the reins, you're charging in, you're passionate, you're on fire, you're feeling more like yourself, you're really embracing and going for what you want. Wow. Okay, Sag. You can let me borrow some of that energy this month because I'm going to need it because Uranus has been kicking my ass. 3 Cups, 6 of Swords. I feel like you guys are really leaving behind what doesn't make you happy anymore. I mean, just honestly. You're leaving behind troubled waters, maybe surrounding yourself with friends, family, colleagues, people that are genuinely supporting and pouring into you and loving you. It's causing you, and maybe because you've had to leave certain things behind, maybe for some of you there's actual like moves taking place or movement. You could be leaving a home, you could be leaving behind a job, you could be leaving behind a town, take it as resonates. It's you making a decision because you've been like fighting for so long to keep your head above water that you felt like you were struggling. You were consistently struggling, and it feels like it wasn't just your energy. Maybe some of you were struggling mentally. Maybe you had anxiety, or you were having stress, or you were having depression because of it. Because people associate swords with mental, and it is mental. Obviously, it's air, it's swords. I'm Gemini. I get it. It is what it is. But a lot of the time, the mental and the anxieties come from an emotional place. So I always connect the two in that situation. And 6 of Swords is about wanting to move energetically from something, whether it's mentally, emotionally. Those are both energies to me. So this is you guys wanting to leave something behind, needing to, in order to really feel happy and fulfilled. Maybe your friends are helping and supporting you in this big move, this big shift, this big change. Whatever insights you've gotten, I feel like it's pushed this forward, this growth, this potential, and leaving something behind because something came in, really changed your perspective, changed you, changed just to the core. And you're getting some truth and you're getting clarity and you're like, okay, this is where I'm headed. Like, I'm going to have to leave this shit behind. I can't, if it's not a person a place or like things, it's energetically. Like you need to leave certain ways of being or thought processes or, you know, emotions that you've had before. Like this is leaving it behind because it's time to embrace happiness and to move forward in your life and do it in a positive King of Wands manner versus, you know, sitting around. I wanted to say dicking around, but whatever, we'll say it. Dicking around, you know, not knowing what to do and just allowing this energy to overtake you. King of Swords, yeah. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. Two of Swords, making decisions. Look at you. Okay, Sag, I got you. Six of Cups, healing. Could be a reconciliation or reconnection for some of you. I'm going to throw that out there. Because Six of Cups is a very soul deep tied kind of bond. Doesn't have to be like, doesn't have to be romantic generally. Most of the time it is for me. But this is past life connections, past life relationships. It could be past in this life or like from actual past lives. This is some kind of communication or opportunity coming in that's presented either through a person that you're reconnecting with, I feel, or because you were going within and really healing. And it's bringing forth these opportunities and they're presenting themselves just like falling at your feet almost. Because you've been doing inner work and you've been really getting in tune and truthful with who you are. Truthful and in tune with who you are. King of Swords, Two of Swords. Standing in that power, making those decisions, holding that sword of clarity. I love it because it's like literally holding the sword in your hand. You get the clarity, it comes in, and then you hold it and you make decisions based off of it. Based off of what you want, where your path's headed, and I mean what you know. Like what you've learned through this process of healing and dealing and moving forward. Because you guys have been on an extreme, like rapid-paced growth process recently. I mean, for a good hot minute, like the last couple months, it's been growth, healing, growth, moving forward, growth. I bet you guys are like, okay, can I not grow anymore? Well, still got some to do, but just a tad bit, you know, it's part of life. But it does feel like it's shifting in your favor. Five of Swords reverse, coming out of a period of guilt or defensiveness. When this card's upright to me, it feels selfish or guilty, one of the two. One of the two. It's always someone feels guilty about the way they handled a situation, or, you know, they are dealing with someone that's guilty. Or they were defensive and they regret their actions or their words or the ways that they handled things. This is under King of Wands, so you could be releasing guilt. I do want to grab a couple more cards just to see what that's about. Because it doesn't have to just be like love. It could be, but it is love, so that's fine. Maybe guilty about the way you... King of Wands is very emotionally deep. I mean, King of Swords... I mean, King of Wands too, though. Like, that's the thing. You guys get that rap for being all fire. Like, oh, it's all just, it's a flame. It burns. Well, yeah, it burns because they're emotional and they have passion. Like, don't tell me fire signs are not feeling signs. Y'all feel so fucking much. Yeah. King of Cups. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. Doesn't have to be that sign specific. For some of you, it could be. Because you also have King of Swords here. Some of you could have choices or options too. Between an air sign and a water sign. Maybe that's what that Three of Cups is about. Choosing between two. With one, it's coming down to a decision and releasing and healing. And with the other one, it's like healing and releasing some guilt associated with the way things panned out or the way things went. They could be, I feel like it's you. Because to me, you guys are the King of Wands in this situation. You have the power. You have the control at this point to really kind of dictate where you're going in this. That King of Cups is very much, could be someone older. It's a wise energy. It's very emotionally deep. You know, they don't express, they're not the Queen of Cups. They don't like express their emotions openly like that, but they feel to their core, probably deeper than most signs could ever feel. And they're really good about emotional wisdom. Like, they're very patient, they're very compassionate, they're very consistent, they're very emotionally supportive, but they don't openly just speak and discuss emotions very simply. It's not that easy for them, you know, but they have a lot of depth to them. So you could definitely be releasing something when it comes to a connection with a water sign. Four of Cups, yeah. Maybe, you know, this water sign is the one that's feeling kind of guilty for the way things panned out because they weren't emotionally available or open. You know, or this could be you just finally releasing, and because of that, you're no longer open to this kind of energy where you're not, you know, even open to, yeah, I mean, I feel like you guys aren't open to it. I feel like you're not, you 6 of Swords on top of 4 Cups. That's wanting to leave, leaving troubled waters, leaving shit behind that doesn't serve you. 4 of Cups, emotionally blocking off, being blocked off, like shutting yourself down a little bit. You could be releasing some kind of energy when it comes to King of Cups. Take it as it resonates. Could be a dad, could be family, could be a friend. 9 of Pentacles. Moving forward, putting the work in on whatever kind of clarity or truth that you've come across. This is you guys ready to lay the groundwork towards your future, towards the healing, towards your next moves. I mean, this is like step by step, day by day working. Judgment's coming in. There you guys go. That is definitely the card of Spirit coming in and saying, okay, it's time. It's time to make a choice. It's time to make a decision. Which way are you going? Where are you headed? What are you moving towards? What are you leaving behind? What are you going to put your heart into? What are you going to work on? Where are you going to put your energy? It's falling under that 2 of Swords, Ace of Swords. Clarity, decisions need to be made. They need to be made. The time has come. If you're releasing something, fully release it. You know, if you're healing something, pour into the healing. Don't half-ass it. I feel like that's another thing, and that keeps popping up in my head, is don't do it halfway. If you're going to do it the whole way. You know, if you're going to release, completely release something. If you have to kind of shut yourself off a little bit, do it. Release it. Because really, like, once you 6 of Swords something, your emotional attachment to it, 4 Cups, it kind of naturally comes. You know, you could be releasing an air sign. I'm not feeling that. I'm feeling like you're making decisions to kind of heal in divine power. But I'm feeling a connection with a water sign here for some of you. Emperor energy. Divine masculine. Some of you are definitely healing that aspect of yourself right now. You know, maybe you were so worried about the financial things or how things look to other people, or if you were making enough money, or if you had the right job, or if your job looked well, or, you know, things like that. That's a 3D aspect to it. If you're healing it, it means you are not just worried about how it looks to other people anymore. You're becoming more in tune with the 5D aspect of the divine masculine, which is letting your soul kind of drive you. You know, the masculine's great because it's a very take charge energy, but it's not aggressive. It's not combative. It's not a dictator. It is literally like naturally taking charge of your life and letting your soul lead you versus letting the money lead you, letting the status lead you, letting the egocentric things lead you. This is you stepping up and kind of balancing out the ego and the self inside and saying, okay, this opportunity is here. I'm going to take charge of it. I'm going to go in and I'm going to get it, which is phenomenal because you guys deserve to get it. Whatever it is you're going after, we're going to see. 10 of Pentacles, happiness. Happiness, success, abundance, stability. So you're going after it. I don't know if there's like another situation here on the horizon with a person, but this is you guys for sure going after exactly what you want. This is, you see potential, you see long term, you see happiness. Queen of Wands. Okay. There's a Queen of Wands energy here. Aries, Leo, Sag. Doesn't have to just be fire, though. This is someone that's charismatic, that's enigmatic, that kind of, you know, they walk in and they light, they shine. They're just bright and beaming and full of life and humorous and good-humored and just, I mean, you love their magnetic energy. And this is how, I mean, you could totally be connecting with Queen of Wands energy. Sorry. But they are fluid. Gender fluid, obviously, cards are. Doesn't have to just be a queen, but could totally be one. 6 of Wands, you see victory in this situation. For some of you, if this isn't a person that you're coming across or dealing with next month, because keep in mind, this is for September. It has not happened yet. You could definitely be balancing out your masculine and feminine energies for sure. Not just the ego versus like 5D part of a masculine aspect, but also, you know, masculine versus feminine, where you go in and you're taking charge, but you know, you're also allowing and flowing and calling things into yourself because you're just so vibrant, full of life that you can't help it. You know, Six of Wands is charging in for victory, but this is also achieving recognition and such that you deserve. If this is a person, you see victory with this person for sure. It's like you recognize something about them. They light you up. There's no stopping that. They set your soul on fire. Well, independent work. Eight of Pentacles. Some of you could be going back to school. Some of you could be learning new skills, new trades and things in a job or a career, trying to figure out new ways of doing things. But it's fallen under that Nine of Pentacles. So whatever clarity you've had, a lot of it has had to do with your career or your area of study or what you're focusing on or what you're working towards as far as your abundance and like your passion, your job, your love goes. Like you're heading towards it and you're willing to put in the work. What else can we get for you guys? What else can we get for Sagittarius? This is pretty phenomenal read though. Like there's a lot of growth here that you guys have been through. And I know personally, because I have a few Sagittariuses in my life, like you guys have been on a purge process like nobody's business. But I love this because you guys are I totally feel that. Yeah, you're releasing it. Whatever the clarity was, Ace of Swords, Two of Swords, judgments come in. Time has come to make decisions and to leave shit behind. It doesn't serve you. Sorry. That was a very Taurus / Gemini of me. Wheel of Fortune. Releasing stuff leading to healing. Opportunities. Empress status coming in. Balancing that shit out. And then the Wheel of Fortune literally heading in the right direction. The wheel's shifting and turning because you guys are releasing, purging, and working towards things that really are good for your soul versus pouring into things that really drain you. You know, look at that face I made. I'm so sorry. You don't want things that drain you. You don't. You want things that really pour into your soul, which is, beautiful and phenomenal. Queen of Swords. Speaking some truth. Some divine alignment, communication coming in. Totally could be from an air sign. I said that earlier. Some of you could be dealing with an air sign. Queen of Swords. Some kind of clarity or truth when it comes to Ten of Pentacles. You know, I'm just now noticing that Five of Swords is on that Ten of Pentacles. But it's reversed. So some of you could be releasing issues when it comes to guilt over success. Like maybe some of you are afraid of failure, but maybe some of you are afraid of success. Like you're afraid of what's going to happen, what's going to shift, what's going to change when you really go after what you want. Some of you are afraid you're not going to get it. Some of you might be fearful that you're going to get it and you don't know what the fuck to do with it. You know, it's releasing. It's releasing it. So thank God, because when you had that feeling of black in the back of your mind, even if you're not feeling it emotionally, which some of you probably were, if you had that mindset, that fear-based mindset, it's going to be hard to call in these things and achieve these things in your life. But when you finally release and let that go and realize you deserve it, and not only do you deserve it, but you can handle it, and you can achieve it, and you can do it. Sorry, I'm starting to channel really heavy. Yeah, once you get to that point, it really shifts the entire... Of course, I go to show a card, and it's not flying out, but that's fine. We're good about that. It shifts the whole thing. It shifts your whole journey, your whole path, it shifts all of it. And I do feel like because of that, you guys are speaking up more about what you want. You know, you're being more truthful. You're being more authentic. You're being more in tune with yourself. And that's absolutely beautiful, Sag. I'm like a mom. Like the Taurus is coming out and I'm so happy for you guys. I'm so proud of you. What else can we get? Yeah, so Eight of Wands, Seven of Pentacles. It's reversed though. So some of you, if you were dealing with a water sign, I don't feel like there's going to be any more like communication or openness coming in there. I just feel like that, I don't want to say that chapter's closed, but I do feel like you moving forward and releasing things requires that at this point, like, there's not going to be back and forth, no communication, there's no movement there. Because Eight of Wands upright is very fast-paced, quick, rapid movement, and when it's reversed, there's like zero. It's stagnant right now, which is fine. I feel like it's because you guys have had to take a nice hard look at the situation with this person. If it's not a person, which, I mean, let's be honest, I really feel like it is, but if it's not, this could be you taking a nice hard look at what's emotionally fulfilling for you and what's happiness. Like, what happiness looks like to you. And just taking a look at it, not like, I don't feel that. I feel like it's heavily an issue with a water sign, or that kind of energy of someone that's older and deep, and they don't really like let their emotions show too much. They keep things kind of underground, under lock and key. You could be like distancing or not communicating right now. Just in order to work on yourself, you had to pull back from this connection or the situation. Because I mean, I love her face on this card, because she's like, really? Do I want to do this anymore? Do I? I don't feel like you do. But that's my 2 cents. I'm going to clarify, I really want to clarify this 5 of Swords reversed and this 4 of Cups, because I just want to know kind of what you guys were kind of feeling with that reversal, that guilt. Okay, so for some of you, it could totally be moving forward in love. Like, some of you were held back by a situation, and you're no longer feeling guilty about it. Like, you're moving forward. You're moving forward towards beautiful paths. I mean, Chariot's the card of Cancer, but in some instances it's also, to me, a Saggy card. And it kind of is. So, you guys are releasing guilt when it comes to... I mean, you're not going to hold yourself back anymore for a person. You're just not. You're healed. You're not going to hold back anymore. 4 of Cups. What's this 4 of Cups? With this King of Cups. 4 of Cups, King of Cups. So there's no healing that's been taking place in this situation. That's why. It's you've had to go inside and realize that there's no healing right now. Like, you can't heal this connection right now, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that you're going to forever move away from this. Like, you're going to forever cut this person off. But it does feel like right now, at this point in time, you are very aware that in this connection, there's no balance. There's no healing it right now. So you're working and healing on yourself, which is, that's beautiful, Sag. I love that. Because at the end of the day, like, I always say, the biggest investment you have is yourself. The best relationship you're ever going to have is with yourself. Every other relationship you have, friends, family, relationships, stems from what you feel about yourself, how much you respect yourself, what you think about yourself, your worth, all of it. It all stems from that. And when that gets in alignment and that gets right, everybody else is going to feel love. Everything else is going to work out fine. If you're fine within, and you're being true to yourself, and you're loving yourself, and you're embracing your life. Like, it's all going to naturally, like a domino effect, just kind of do. That was my very weird Geminiism of the day. Do. Yeah. You guys are going to get a lot of that. Okay. Focus. Yeah. So focused, I do feel like this is you focusing on you, on yourself, on this future, on this potential, on what you're building. Again, if someone's coming in that's an air sign, you could totally be focusing on some victory in that situation, but mostly balancing you out in this situation more than anything. It's like releasing and focusing forward, not focusing on the past anymore, not allowing the past to really dictate your present or future. Because it's the past. I mean, it shapes you, but you can acknowledge it and put it in a nice little box. You don't have to shove it away forever, but you put it in a box and you categorize it and you visit it when you need to, and then you move forward. You use it as a reference, not as a place of like residence. You don't stay there. Soul family. So this is totally and fully connecting with people that are your soul tribe. Again, if you have friends that are supporting you right now, if you have people, relationships, connections coming in, relying on family at the end of the day, it's realizing that those connections that pour into you are what matter the most. So, all right, Sag, that's going to be it for your September 2019. I hope you guys have a fantastic week ahead, and I will see you next Tuesday. Love and light.